Hello everyone, myself Professor N.B. Bhoknar from Department of Agriculture Microbiology and Plant Pathology, currently working in Kekewa College of Agriculture, Nasik. Welcome you all in the lecture series of Tools of IPM. In last lecture, we have studied cultural and legal tools by using which we can reduce the pest status to tolerable levels or avoid the pest. So now we will be studying the remaining ones, that is mechanical, chemical, genetical, biological and physical. Let's see one by one. Mechanical practices. In this method, first one, that is a hand destruction. Destroy the egg masses, larvae, pupal stages or adult stage of pest wherever possible. With the help of hand, collect it and destroy it. Next is shaking the plant so that the larvae get caught in the kerosinized water which is kept under the plant. Next one, exclusion by barriers. That means some barriers are created between the host plant and the pest. For example, in case of coconut, tin bands are installed against the rodents in coconut. Then also for rodents, fences with low voltage electricity are provided that will act as a barrier against the rodents. Then for migratory pest, around the field, dug out some trenches so that the pest will not travel and cause much damage. Then against stem borer, hooking is done. That means the infestation is killed by making hole, and in that hole proper insecticide it is plugged. Next, use of traps. In this case, use of light traps is done against some sucking pests like aphids and white flies. Then use of rope for dislodging the leaf feeding larvae in case of caseworm, rice. Then pheromone traps are also used for mating the disruption that will collect or trap the males. Then installation of bird perches in the field. That means T-shaped bird perches. These are installed where the birds can sit, feed on the insect, their immature stages. Next one, genetical practices. Go for the high yielding and particularly pest resistant and tolerant varieties that will reduces the pest. Then use of genetically modified seeds, for example BT cotton. Then use of sterile melt technique, and this sterility, it is induced with the help of some chemicals in the laboratories, that is some radiations or chemostimulants. In this case, in a field, sterile male of insect, these are released to compete with the fertile males. When the reproduction will takes place, females with that mate with a sterile male, that they will produce no offspring due to sterility, and so it reduces the next generation population. Next one, biological practices. What is the biological practices or biocontrol? That is a using of living organism to control the unwanted living organism, that is the pest. That means using of parasitoid, predator, pathogen to maintain the pest population below economic loss. That means either by introduce a new bioagent into the environment or increase the population or effectiveness of the bioagent which is already present in the field. So there are some constraint that there are some components, sorry. First one, protection and encouragement of natural enemies should be there. Then introduction and artificial increase and colonization of specific parasitoids and predators. And last one, that is conservation. It plays a very important role. First, let's see the what are parasitoid, then parasite and pathogen. Parasitoid. Parasitoid, these are the organism. They lay eggs in or on the bodies of the host, and they complete the life cycle on that particular host, and due to which the host death occurs. And parasitoid, it may be of different type. It depends on the developmental stage of the host, on which it completes its life cycle. For example, egg parasitoid or larval parasitoid, that means that parasitoid which feeds on the eggs of that host. Then larval parasitoid also there, pupal and egg larval. For example, Trichogramma, Bracon, Chilonas. Trichogramma, it is used to control Helicoverpa armigera. It is a cotton bollworm. Next is predator. What is predator? That means the organism, free living organism which prey upon other organism for their food. For example, spider, damsel flies, or common famous example, that is a ladybird beetle or birds. Pathogen. Pathogen, these are nothing but the microorganism which attack, infect, cause the disease in the host, and due to disease the host are killed. Important example, that is Metarhizium and Bevaria, etc. Among viruses, nuclear polyhydrosis virus, NPV, and other. Among bacteria, Bacillus thuringiensis and Bacillus populi, these are very popular. And what are biopesticide? Let's see. The diseases of pest, that means the pest killers or pathogens, these are mass multiplied in the lab at a low cost in either liquid formulation or powder formulation, and that can be used like ordinary chemical pesticides. These are biopesticides. And there are also different types of biocontrol practices which are followed. First one, introduction. In case of biocontrol agent, a new species of bioagent, here it is introduced in the locality so that it will get proper established against the host. And then it is done only after proper lab examination, lab test, and proper field trials for its efficacy are followed. Then next is augmentation. Augmentation is nothing but using of already present natural enemies and increasing their population. That means here natural enemies are already present against the pest. So in this case, the natural enemies population, it is increased either by rearing them in the laboratory or rearing them in the field. Then next one, that is a conservation. It is a very important component of biological control, and it plays a very much important role in the pest suppression or reduce the pest status, because in this case natural enemies which are present in the ecosystem, these are protected from being killed, because it will provide the natural control. These are the different practices we have seen required to protect the natural enemies. So mechanism of biological control, 3 different mechanism: non-preference, first one; then second one, antibiosis; third one, tolerance. First one, non-preference, that means creating some conditions or host should have some characteristics that pest will not attract towards it, or pest will not favor to feed on that particular host, that is feeding characteristics or oviposition. Then antibiosis, in this case the pest damage is prevented by affecting the pest's reproduction stages and the growth. Then next is tolerance. In this case, increase the tolerance or immunity or resistance power of that particular host, so that host get replenished in spite of normal incidence of pest. For example, in case some crop, if pest attack is there, uh, in spite of pest attack, the host can fetch a good yield against the normal incidence of pest. Chemical practices, when all the practices fail, then only it is used chemical practices. It is a last option. In this case, need based and minimum number of sprays should be used depending upon the ETL level, and we must properly understand what insecticide we are going to spray, at what time we are going to spray, at what area, where to spray, and by which method, that means how to spray. These are very important point. And next, that is the ETL and pest defender ratio, that means economic threshold level, that means at which control measures should be applied, and natural enemies, that ratio must be observed. Then eco-friendly pesticides should be used, that is biopesticides. Then if pest is present in strips, then whole field should not be sprayed. Follow the strip application or spot application of pesticide, and avoid broad spectrum pesticides. Use only selectively or environmental friendly pesticides wherever necessary. Use of attractants, as we previously seen the pheromones, that means in pheromone some lures are used, that means some chemicals from the females that will make movements towards the source of food or shelter. In this case, these lures, they attract the males, act as a receiving signals for them, and they get caught, sorry. And use of repellents that prevents the insect by making them unattractive, offensive. Using of nets or mustard oil. There are some also growth inhibitors are also there. Then use of insecticide, systemic insecticides, or some are stomach poison, and some are contact. Next one, physical methods or physical tool. In this case, physical method, the temperature, radiation, the physical agents are used. First one, application of heat or hot water treatment. It is followed in case of white tip nematode in the rice or sugarcane crop. Then solarization, exposing of exposed grain to sun, due to heat, the stored pest or the immature stages will get killed. Then in case of against stored grain pest, superheating of the empty go downs at 50 degrees Celsius to kill the hibernating stages of the pest. Then manipulation of moisture, reduce the moisture content of grains, that is proper drying should be there, so that it will protect against, or it will protect from the stored grain pest. In case of energy, using of light traps or UV or neon lamps. So in this session, we studied mechanical, chemical, biological, physical, and genetical tools of IPM and its application to reduce the pest status to tolerable level while maintaining the environment. Thank you for listening.